This is the debut episode of Halftime with Bayern Ryan. My name's Ryan Gibson. A lot of people know me as Bayern Ryan. I'm the guy with the prosthetic eye with the Bayern Munich logo on it. And my very first guest, I was so over the moon when I got the acceptance and we finalized it and all that kind of stuff. Mr. Mohammed Massaquoi, he played locally here in Charlotte at Independence High School. He went and played for my other personal favorite, University of Georgia. So he's a damn good dog right now. And then he was a second round pick for the Cleveland Browns. And then that's when we lead into why we have him here as such a special, motivational, inspirational person, period, let alone just a soccer fan on top of that. And I'll let Mohammed tell you briefly about himself, and hopefully it'll inspire you just the introduction alone. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to you.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. I'm Mohammed Massaquoi. I'm a local kid here. Grew up in Hidden Valley. Went to Independence High School where we had some success there. Able to win 7 straight championships. Met a lot of good people, a lot of good lifetime friends. Memories that I don't even think that you can undo.
Yeah.
A lot of guys in this stable to view. Whether their team was better than ours, but I think the record speaks for itself. So I'll just put that out there. I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to the University of Georgia. Went there with a good friend of mine, best friend Joe Cox. That experience was great as well. Able to win an SEC championship there. Once again, great teammates, great place. If you've never been to Athens, Georgia, send your kids there. You won't regret it. And after that,
gorgeous city.
Gorgeous. I think it's the best public school in the world. There's nothing like playing between the hedges. Just the atmosphere. I think the Georgia Bulldog fans are second to none.
Just make sure you don't try to steal any like little branches off the hedges.
Yeah,
I made that mistake the first time I went.
You could go to jail for that. We take that very serious there. And then another storied franchise getting drafted by the Cleveland Browns. One of the first people I met while there was Jim Brown, which I can't imagine just meeting a person that is that special. I almost peed on myself when I first met him. But yeah, and after that, I transitioned, and that's when life hit. I was involved in an ATV accident where I ended up becoming an amputee, lost my left hand as a result of my ATV flipping over. I don't think there's anything in life that prepares you for something like that, especially when you use your hands as part of your upbringing, being an athlete, being a receiver. And now I'm just high off life and having a second chance to live and do the things that I've been passionate about.
That works for me. I mean, I definitely can understand when life hits you like and I can use the analogy, hits you like a car.
Yeah. I think I can too. and flipping a car type device.
But you see a lot nowadays of players where fans have tried to interact with them social media wise, and I know we had spoke earlier before the interview had started that when you started in the college pro type world, social media was just getting to that point. You see guys like Ronaldo, Messi's, Lewandowski's, those type of guys, where you can look on their social media, scroll through hundreds of thousands of comments, and they sit there and say, "Hey, you inspire me. Watching you play helps me through." Like for me personally, when I watch Franck Ribéry play, the ease that he does that just relaxes me. Through my whole cancer journey, through the whole wreck thing. Watching Bayern Munich is what I've always said is my 90 minutes apiece, because then I don't worry about anything. No cancer, it doesn't matter if my legs work or not for that 90-minute time. But say if a small child or somebody came up during an autograph session, since the social media wasn't a big deal then, and said, "Mohammed, can you autograph this football? My son watches you play," and it eases him during his cancer struggle or whatever he was going through personally, or he lost somebody close to him, and watching you and the Browns or the Dogs play, how does that affect an athlete as far as I guess, mentally and things of that sort?
I mean, it's something that you don't take for granted. Each athlete was once a kid. Each athlete looked up to somebody that inspired them to even play. Whether it's Messi or Ronaldo, maybe it was Pele or somebody that they wanted to be like, that they mimicked their game like. Every athlete has that one athlete that they watched. And even now as an adult, I have athletes that I watch and I'm a fan of. So you never lose that. So whenever you can impact somebody in a positive way, you try to. Because you remember it. I remember being in middle school and Eddie Jones, I'm not sure if you remember.
The Charlotte Hornets?
The Charlotte Hornets when he got traded from the Lakers. He came and he brought a pair of shoes to one of my classmates, a guy named Seth. And that memory right there, I didn't even get a chance to meet him, I just saw him. That memory is something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
And see, with me, for the kid type memories, when the first time I ever met like David Thompson.
Yeah.
He came into my school and the only thing I remember of anything that he ever said was just putting his hand up, and his hand's like 20 times the size of mine.
Yeah.
And I was like, good God. But then it was, once you thought about that type of stuff, then he would go into all the motivational and staying off of this and staying in school and stuff like that. So, I mean, was there any one story or one fan that stands out in your mind that, I mean, you don't have to get into any details, but I mean, do you have some that kind of stood out? Or
I mean, there's so many, like in Cleveland, and meeting a family that was underprivileged and the mother not being able to provide anything, and buying them Christmas gifts, and just seeing the appreciation on both sides, just how they cherish that moment, and being able to do it, or getting a jersey and somebody saying, hey, my kid broke his arm, and signing that jersey and sending it back. Time permitting, you want to do all of that just because you know how special it is to that person. And obviously, a guy like Ronaldo, who has millions of people that follow him, he can't touch every person individually, but as many people as you can touch, you just know because you were one of those kids that if I had a chance to meet Michael Jordan, or if I had a chance to meet some of the people that I looked up to as a young kid in any sport, it would have meant the world to me. And just that small moment that I saw Eddie Jones, it was like, oh my God, I saw Eddie Jones, we talked about it, I'm talking about it right now. Yeah. So in being able to impact somebody positively, I think all athletes, all entertainers have a desire to do that at the highest level.
Okay. I mean, is there anything that you would like to say to the audience before we get into your halftime speech? As far as like, just telling the day-to-day life with having to deal with that, or how it's kind of.
I mean, it's twofold. One, I would never imagine being an amputee. You come into this world with all your body parts, if you're fortunate, and you expect to leave out that way. And sometimes it doesn't happen like that. You think that, oh my God, this is the end of the world, but you learn to adjust. You see new life, you see different pockets. This has started many conversations. I'll be walking down the street and you'll see somebody catch a glance and they'll double back and say, what is that on your head? And something that I used to shy away from, I can now embrace just because people are curious. People want to
see know. That's the same thing with my eye. It's a conversation starter.
It's a conversation starter. Before I was a little insecure about it, just because it's like, okay, why are people looking at me? But now I catch myself looking at people who may be amputees or may have a certain thing about them, and it's more so from a curiosity. What's the story behind that? And you have the glass eye, and it's fascinating because you haven't seen an eye like that. I have the prosthetic hand, and people are fascinated. They haven't seen it, so it's like, where'd you get that from? And a lot of times people think it's cool. So you dive into the story, and sometimes you make friends out of it. Sometimes you get things off
massive
your chest.
Awareness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we've come to the part of the show where you're gonna. I don't know what audience you want to pick. I mean, it can be anybody.
Yeah.
Any audience. You can talk to single moms, single dads. You can talk to amputees. You can talk to just people going through any type of struggle. We'll just let you look at the camera, and we'll let you do your halftime speech.
My halftime speech. Well, this is pretty much for everyone, honestly. Just because life is shorter than we think it is, especially when you go through something. It humanizes that we only have a small amount of time, and a lot of times we'll push things out and try to wait on the perfect moment or the perfect time. But because something, a car accident can happen, an ATV accident can happen, cancer can happen, you can get laid off. There's never a perfect time. There's always going to be some type of hurdle. So while you have the opportunity to go after whatever it is, do it now. Because this halftime show would not have existed if you would have died in a car crash. I wouldn't be here being able to share this had I died in the ATV crash. And thinking about it like that, thinking, oh, I'm scared. On the other side of scared is death. So while you have the opportunity, just take advantage of this life. It's to be lived, it's to be enjoyed. All the things that you overcome, whether it be losing your eye, when you're going through it, you're just like, oh my God, I don't know how to make it to the next step. When I lost my hand, it's like, oh my God, I don't know when I'm gonna get out the hospital. I don't know when I'm gonna get my prosthetic device. And now I function like a normal person. You function like a normal person. And in being able to overcome that, it's like, okay, I'm not scared of anything anymore. I stay away from dangerous things, obviously.
You don't tempt it.
Yeah, I don't. I don't tempt. I don't go looking for it anymore. But now I live life. The things that scare me, I go after because I know it's just a temporary moment. And in seeing the other side, like I've been able to see this, it's a lot sweeter. When you've gone through it, you have a newfound perspective. So I would just encourage everyone to get started sooner than later versus waiting on that perfect time, because the perfect time may never happen, or something else will happen to make your road that much difficult.
Yeah. And see, and that's the thing that I try to preach to everybody when they even ask me type stuff is just enjoy life. Don't, like you said, don't back down from the hard times, because once you get to the hard time, there's going to be a benefit somewhere in there that's either going to make you a stronger person, or you're going to reach for that job or whatever, that promotion, and that's just instantly going to help you out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, the minute I got in the car wreck, I was like, I was enjoying life after the cancer diagnosis, but with this, it was like, life can end in a split second with a bad decision from someone that decided to drink and drive at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get 2-liter Cokes for my mom at Piggly Wiggly for 10 cents off. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like you said, in one instant, your whole entire life can change. But you've got to be able to take that one cut, like you did in football and soccer players do it every day. Life may have you going one way, then you have to cut and make your new way. You may have to cut 6 or 7 different times before you get to the score.
Yeah.
So, but everybody, I hope you enjoyed the interview. I appreciate having Mohammed here, and I will tell you personally, hopefully he doesn't take offense to it, that is the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, make sure you follow him. Go ahead, and if you want to pitch your social medias.
All my social media handles are at Iron Massaquoi. I took on the Iron Man. I feel like Tony Stark
See,
when I have this on.
Now you've got the Iron Man and Cyclops.
Yeah.
Slash Deadpool, because Cyclops didn't have cancer.
Yeah, we make decent extras in a Marvel movie.
Or Walking Dead.
Yeah, something.
Well, I wouldn't technically be walking.
Yeah.
But is there any companies you want to shout for any doctors or?
Well, obviously, everyone at Piedmont Hospital, you'll always have my love. They've just been tremendous. Anybody wondering who made this, Touch Bionics, it's the iLim. It's worked wonders for me. It's allowed me to do so many different things. It's very intuitive. If you do lose a hand, get you a rubber wedding band. But yeah.
Okay. And we'll go ahead because we really didn't cover it during the interview. Who's your favorite player?
What sport?
Soccer. It's the only sport.
In soccer, my favorite player, I mean, obviously, you have to say Ronaldo. I like the...
That alone will probably get us 10 billion hits.
Yeah, I like the showmanship.
Okay.
He's a guy that I've heard great things about him. He works at his craft, so it's no surprise as to why he's that good.
Well, that means a walking Greek god for some reason.
I mean, the guy's impressive.
Yeah.
Genetics
are great things.
What's crazy is that there's a lot of people who are, 6'1" that are walking around. There's a lot of people that are 6'6", 6'8", 6 whatever. And people think that whether it be LeBron or Ronaldo or Federer or Serena, that these people just did what they did. They are normal people with extreme work ethics.
Yeah.
And they just honed into a particular skill set and it's dominated it. And it's hard not to root for a person like that.
Yeah. Well, mine, Frank Ribery, partner.
Okay.
he went through accidents with us, has a scar.
Yeah.
So he's one of us.
He's one of us. And
But
anybody that goes through, I'd like the people also who have a challenge background and they overcame the odds.
Oh yeah.
It's bad situation growing up or overcoming some type of injury or anything like that. Whenever there's some type of situation that they've overcome, I'm a fan of those people. I root for them.
Well, everybody, I'll put bottom of the screen at Iron Massaquoi on all social medias. I'm at Bayern_Ryan. You can find me anywhere with that. Basically the same thing. And the only company I want to pitch right now is the only one that sponsors the show.
All right.
It's Rockwell Watches. Thank you very much for the big watch. Because one-eyed guys need the biggest watches we can get.
Make sure you can see everything.
Yeah. But thanks guys. If you need one of these big 50mm Rockwells, head on over. Or you can call Rockwell and talk to Johnny. Johnny will hook you up. He'll get you set up. So everybody, it's been a great day.
Yes,
now, well, it's almost 1 o'clock, so it's almost time for World Cup.
World Cup. I'm taking France.
Going Belgium. So, Corsten Tolisso, I know you play for Bayern. I apologize. I'm going with Belgium. Has to happen. So, but everybody, we want to go ahead and thank. Lastly, we'll thank the guys at Courtyard Hooligans for opening up early.
Yeah. Come visit.
And if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, if you're coming in for an ICC game or a Gold Cup game, stop in. It's the best soccer bar from some places, best soccer bar in the country.
Yeah. It
So,
feels European.